Well, Celtic, can you see us now? A fantastic performance by Rangers last night to defeat Aberdeen at Ibrox, guys. A game that, well, you know what? To look back on it now, I've got to say, first 40, 44, 45 minutes, we were just fantastic. Some brilliant football, some great passing, some great movement, some chances created. And then that sucker punch of a goal just before half time that just came totally against the run of play. Overall, as well, second half, a patient performance and improvement. Substitution, I've got to say, the gaffer, substitutions tonight, game management, absolutely spot on from him. 10 minutes in the second half, sees it's not working, makes the change, brings on two players, Silva in particular, making a huge impact for me, and we'll talk about him in this video. Also, as well, I think as well, bringing Sterling on was the right decision to shore things up to take Lawrence off. I thought Lawrence was great tonight. But obviously, that referee had other ideas. Thought the ref, got to say, I have to say, Don Robertson, referee tonight, absolutely appalling. One of the quite simply worst displays of refereeing I've seen in an awful long time. And we've seen some bad ones. Let's face it, Scotland has some pretty dreadful referees, but he is up there with them. We'll talk that. We'll also talk about a couple of old friends coming to visit on Saturday. That to come as well. In our news videos, we obviously talk all things Glasgow Rangers. So last night at Ibrox, Neil Warnock brought his Aberdeen team, and as always, it was a pantomime show on the halfway line in their technical areas. But Philippe Clement again, passion, pride, instructional, quality, inspirational as always. And Neil Warnock, the pantomime villain, as per, with his flailing hands and his gestures and all this. What can we say? What can you say about that game last night? It was a game that is what champions do. It's what champions do, guys. It was a tough game. It was a hard game. We kept our patience. We kept plowing away. And yes, I think we could have been more clinical in front of goal. You take that first half performance and that early goal from Robbie Matondo, a superb finish by Matondo, wide awake to that McCausland shot that Kilarus probably should have done better with. But a good finish by Matondo, getting over it, getting his head over it, his body over it, and smashing it into the back of the net. Then, that first half, there is chances, isn't there, to take that game away from Aberdeen. Something I think that we do still lack is a clinical cutting edge up front in the final third. It's something that, is hopefully been overcome by the fact that a number of the midfielders, in particular Todd Cantwell, seem to be getting in on the goals now, which is good news, very good news indeed. There was the miss from Matondo, two misses from Matondo. The second one where he cuts inside, he's completely unmarked, he's on his own. Too many touches, just too many touches. Sort of kind of like Cyril Dessers at Parkhead, just wanted too much time. The first time he checks inside, he's got to hit it. He's got to go across the goalkeeper into the far corner, probably replicates that curling chance, that curling finish from Saturday against Livingston to make it 2-0 and help to put the game to bed. Cyril Dessers as well gets that chance on his left foot, his better foot. He swings, he misses. Pretty shit miss. Doesn't even work the goalkeeper. Has got to work the goalkeeper. Look, I've been critical of Cyril Dessers, and I'm sure some of you disagree with that. I just think that big games he's not up to big games. Any high pressure games he just is not up to. And again, last night I thought he was poor. I've got to echo the words that Chris Boyd spoke before the game. Chris Boyd said that as a Rangers number 9, your numbers need to be better, and I wholeheartedly agree with what Boydie said. So, they come back, shocking defending from Connor Goldson. And it's not the first time this season he's been caught out by the ball over the top, is it? The Kyogo goal at Ibrox to help them win the Old Firm. The Miovski goal at Pittodrie as well, down to Goldson again. And then tonight again, not a foul. He needs to be stronger. He needs to be more awake. He lets Miovski get in behind him. Yes, Butland possibly could have been a bit quicker off his line, but just shocking defending from old Connor Goldson. I didn't think Connor had the best of games tonight. But look, the first half, I thought to go in, as it was at 1-1 was very, very unjust indeed. At the end of the day, I just think, at the end of the day, we could have easily been further ahead, but it was a good performance. It was disappointing that we didn't obviously go into half time winning. But at the end of the day, we did improve. We did play well in that first half. We did fight well in that first half. Now, second half, we come out. It's not working. It's not going great. But the start of the half, Aberdeen did start well. But 10 minutes in, Phil Clement, big man, manager, great changes, brings on Cortez for Matondo, who had started the game really, really well. Don't get me wrong. Look, Rabbi had done really well. And also, I think as well, bringing on Fabio Silva. Fabio Silva today was absolutely first class, wasn't he? Absolute first class. I mean, at times he just appeared to me to be on a different level to the rest of this team, and the opposition. He really did, the moves, the ability to get away from players. He had that chance second half that, he possibly could have scored. But overall, I thought Fabio was absolutely excellent when he came on. Movement was great. He worked so hard. He chased back. Just fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Then, it's a situation where we've got to get that second goal. We've got to work hard and we've got to play well. I thought John Souttar had a superb game tonight. I thought he was absolutely rock solid. I thought he brought the ball out well. He distributed the ball well. His headers were first class. I thought he played very well indeed tonight. Last night, sorry, not tonight, because I'm recording obviously on Tuesday night. So yeah, he was phenomenal. Guys, before I carry on with my evaluation, and obviously, the fact that this man, again, comes to our rescue. Brilliant shot from Tom Lawrence. Following up, he's there, head over it, first time, smash back of the net, 2-1. Super Todd Cantwell. What a goal. Todd the prod. Amazing. Let's get Laura's views on the game last night. Let's find out what she thought about the performance and about the victory for Rangers.
Morning, everybody. I hope you are all as high as I am this morning. Still absolutely buzzing for last night. Just a few words to round up last night's game. Right, I know we never get that extra goal that we all wanted to go top, but think back to how big that gap was. We've closed the gap. That's us. We're up there. We've got Ross County next week where we can make up the extra goals. We will go top. The mentality of the players right now and the fans. I mean, Ibrox was absolutely jumping. Everybody up doing the bouncy. I mean, you've seen the players throughout the game getting them up. Absolutely loved it. Few mistakes. Connor Goldson, it was absolutely his fault that we conceded. I knew Miofsky was going to score last night and he did, unfortunately. But all round, I think Rangers played very well last night. I'm not going to say they played fantastic. I'm going to say I think they played very well. For me, Matondo scored such an important goal. We needed that goal. Fair play to him, credit where it's due. But the rest of his play wasn't good enough for me. I'm sorry, but for me, Matondo has to go. I wanted to see a wee bit more of Diamande. Paid a fair amount of money for him. Just want to see a wee bit more of him. I think he's going to be a great player. I think Cantwell's finish was incredible. I think the ref had an absolute shocker, but let's not go there. At the end of the day, we got our 3 points. We're back at the top of the league. With Celtic, unfortunately. Trying not to concentrate too much on what happens with them tomorrow. Just keep the mentality that we've got now. The Bears are having a party. We're loving it right now. I hope you are all feeling the same way. And please stay tuned to Glasgow Rangers Nation.
Thank you, Lorah. Fantastic words from my co-host Lorah there. Spot on. I think she's right. It wasn't great. It was a very good performance. Don't get me wrong. A fighting performance, a battling performance. And you know what? One thing that singles it out for me, you take that 2-1 tonight, and you take that obviously the Canwell goal. You take obviously all the performances. Is the mentality so many times in the past? I think that game ends 1-1, or even we concede some late dodgy ridiculous goal. As both Tom Lawrence and Todd Cantwell said after the game last night, they talked about the fact that there's been a change in mentality, about the fact the manager has brought a change in mentality to this team. And to me, it was evidently clear, the way we just kept on going, yes, we missed chances. Yes, we know we perhaps could have put that game away. Certainly, I do think that, that was possible. But the way we just kept on going, kept on forcing away, kept on putting pressure on, kept on working hard. The fact that, the defense in the second half stayed rock solid. The fact that this man, I mean, I don't know whether you watched him in particular, but he was herring all over the place, chasing everything down, putting pressure on, herring, putting high pressing, putting people under pressure. And the same with this man as well when he came on. You know, he had that moment when he just turned someone inside, went inside, had that shot, could have scored, good shot, close. But not only that, but the way he worked, the way he chased back, the way he pushed everything, just looked an absolute class apart. And I thought second half as well, this man here had an absolutely superb second half. Worked so hard down the left-hand side, you know, linked well with Cortez, linked well with Cantwell, linked well with Lorah. Just worked really, really hard last night and did exceptionally well. So impressed with Rid van Yilmaz again last night. You know, that lad is different class. He really is absolute different class. Performed very well indeed. You know, one of my top performers. You know, it's the mentality, it's the attitude, it's the change in mentality and attitude. You know, this doesn't look like a team that is going to fall away. This doesn't look like a team that is going to just give up. You know, when the going gets tough, like it has in the past. You know, I think we can all admit as Rangers fans that in the past this team has, when the goings got tough, hidden away and collapsed. But last night again, you know, that sucker punch goal, it could have been quite easy for them to fall back into their old ways, to give up, etc., etc. But I thought they didn't do that. They fought, they battled, they showed a real spirit and intensity and a togetherness. I've got to say again, this man has also had a brilliant game last night. You know, it was just the man that he got stuck in. He passed the ball well. He got forward. He did everything. Again, he was everywhere. Guys, seriously, give him a bloody new contract. Just give him a new contract. He deserves it. Just fantastic last night, Lunny. Just well done, Lunny. Brilliant again last night. A fantastic performance that Big Phil can be very, very proud of. Overall, you know, the emotion again last night, fantastic. The fans were amazing. I've got to say that. Fans, the guys at Ibrox last night, Ibrox was rocking again. And Philippe Clement talked in his post-match interview about the synergy being back between the fans and the players. Just spot on. You know, you looked at the end of the game, and even during the 8 minutes of stoppage time, the fans roaring, the crowd roaring the players on, and every single decision that went for us, you know, even, you know, throw-ins and corners celebrated like goals. You know, just the passion of the fans was utterly phenomenal. You know, the league table looks a lot better. You know, same number of games now. They play 24, 58 points. We've played 24, 58 points. If you think, like Lorah said, how big that gap was back on the 30th of September between us and them to now, no gap. It was 8 points. One goal is the only gap between us and them. Now they play tomorrow night against Hibs. Brendan Rodgers has an awful record at Easter Road, never won there. Let's hope that stays and carries on tomorrow. But look, at the end of the day, you've got to applaud Philippe and his boys for getting back into contention. Yeah, this is on. I mean, I don't care what they say across the city. I really don't. You know, this is on. He's given us the opportunity to go on and win 56. And this would be a great title. You know, if you think about how we've come back, how he's brought that togetherness, how he's brought that synergy to back, not only amongst the fans and the players, but amongst the players themselves. You know, superb battling performance, a mentality changer. That is what he is, and that's what he's brought to Rangers. I think we can be overly positive. I think we can be positive, shall we say, going forward for the rest of the season. Now, obviously, it's Ayr United in the Cup on Saturday. Followed up, as Lorah said, by Ross County in the league. Ross County got absolutely smashed tonight, 5-0 by Motherwell. Look, let's hope we can do the same to them and obviously rebuild that goal difference back up again and take over at the top of the league, back where we belong. Now, I mentioned at the start of the video, didn't I, about two friends. I think I used the word friends facetiously there, sarcastically, coming back to Ibrox on Saturday. Now, no, not only does a man who, what was it Philippe Clement's word said? Someone who doesn't like Rangers. That was his words in the post-match press conference, how well Philippe is understanding the rivalry and understanding our what's the word? Our acquaintances, shall we say, from the past. Yes, Scott Brown, obviously back with Ayr on Saturday. And as Philippe Clement himself says, he doesn't like Rangers. But you know what? We don't like him either. Also, got to say as well, SFA, you know what? Number one, take a look at that Dujon Sterling red card tonight. Was never a red card. Philippe Clement himself said, not a red card. He slips, he touches the toes, the player goes down. In my opinion, the player's reaction and the reaction of the Aberdeen coaches get him sent off. And Don Robertson is an utter joke for not overturning it. And hopefully it gets overturned and Don Robertson is sanctioned for his poor refereeing performance tonight. It was exceptionally poor. But that second friend who comes back to us on Saturday to Ibrox is going to be, yes, Mr. Willie Collum. Yes, him of the VR decision. Yes, him of the, let's say, poor refereeing. Willie Collum is not a good referee. That's not even open for debate. It's not a smear against it. It is a smear, but it's not true. It's the truth. He is a poor referee. Willie Collum will be refereeing the game on Saturday. Interesting times indeed. SFA, ridiculous decision as always. We know the SFA is not fit for purpose. We know the SFA couldn't organise a piss up in a brewery, but there we go. So Willie Collum is the referee on Saturday, guys. Big mistake, huge mistake that is, appointing him as the referee. But look, let's not worry about that now. It's another game, and it was, again, the attitude change. Todd Cantwell tonight in his interview, we take one game at a time. It's 1 week at a time. Again, that's a first-class mentality, the right way to be. Don't get too far ahead. Focus on what you've got to focus on. To beat each opponent as you come across them, and don't worry about what is to come. An excellent attitude from Todd, from the whole squad tonight. Excellent performance. You know what? If I was grading the players, if I was rating the players on their performances tonight, going back over, looking at what I would give them in terms of marks out of 10 for me, I would say let's look at it this way. Let's have a quick look through, shall we? Jack Butland did very well tonight, 6 out of 10. Obviously, not a great deal to do. The saves he had to make, he made. Could have done a bit better for the goal, 6 out of 10. Tav, 6 out of 10. Some good tackles. Not as effective going forward as he has been in the past. Connor Goldson, I'm going to give 4 out of 10. I thought he was shocking tonight. Absolutely awful. John Suter, 7 out of 10. Thought he was great tonight. Brilliant performance from John Suter. Very good indeed. Ridvan, 7 out of 10. Again, another top performance from Ridvan tonight. Lunny, 8. Got to be 8 for Lunny. Let's go through the team. Lunny, 8 out of 10 tonight. Again, ran things, worked hard, dominated, did very, very well. Tom Lawrence, 8 out of 10. Now, Tom Lawrence was interesting tonight, I thought. The way he was the man that seems to be dropping back more often to get the ball off the back four and bringing it out and linking the attack. It does seem that Philippe Clement likes that Lundstrom-Lawrence pairing at home, doesn't he? A little bit more attacking, having Lawrence in there. So, yeah, 8 out of 10 for Lawrence. Thought he did very well tonight. McCausland, 6. Was good at times, not so good at others, but worked hard for me. Especially at the end of the game when he chases the Aberdeen player back, gets that sliding tackle in, plays the ball off the Aberdeen player and wins the throw-in for Rangers. Very good indeed. Cantwell, phenomenal, brilliant. 9 out of 10. Excellent performance from Cantwell and gets the winning goal. Superb. Matondo, 6 out of 10. Would have got a bit higher had he taken one of those other two chances. That chance where he just takes too many touches does let him down a little bit. Cyril Dessers, 4 out of 10. Thought he was poor tonight. Very poor. Can't trust him in the big games. Fabio Silva came on as a sub, 7 out of 10. Thought he worked very hard. Did very well. Unlucky not to score. Good flicked header as well. Good couple of chances created. Good player. Good player. Class above. 7 out of 10. Sterling, 5 out of 10, only because he got sent off. Cortez was quiet tonight, I thought. Still got to settle in. Needs time. 5 out of 10. He does need time to settle in. Let's not draw too many conclusions on Cortez. And as Lorah said, it would be nice to see a little bit more of Diamande, but Big Phil doing the right thing there, settling him in, getting him there. I'm going to go for, you can't really grade him on the performance tonight. Didn't have enough minutes to really impress. But look, I'm sure he's going to be a cracking player indeed. Looking forward to seeing a bit more of Diamande in the future. But overall, buzzing about last night's result. Quality, let's take this on now. Let's work from this and really push on to the next level. Well, as always, guys, if you can, please hit that sub, ring that notification bell. It does help you make sure you never miss out. And as we always say here on Glasgow Rangers Nation, no Patreon, no paywall, guys. Obviously, as well, all the places you can find us on social media, scrolling along the bottom of the page. Thanks for watching. And as always, on the way out, 2 tasks I ask of you. Number 1 is to smash the like. And number 2 is to remember always, we are the people.